Section 16 of Purgatory by Reverend F.X. Schouppe, S.J. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by John Brandon. Part 1, Chapter 16. Pains of Purgatory. St. Antoninus and the Religious. Father Rossignoli on a quarter of an hour in Purgatory. Brother Angelicus. That which shows still more the rigor of Purgatory is that the shortest period of time there appears to be of very long duration. Every one knows that days of enjoyment pass quickly and appear short, whilst the time passed in suffering we find very long. Oh, how slowly pass the hours of the night for the poor sick, who spend them in sleeplessness and pain. We may say that the more intense the pain, the longer appears the shortest duration of time. This rule furnishes us with a new means of estimating the sufferings of Purgatory. We find in the annals of the Friars Minors, under the year 1285, a fact which is also related by St. Antoninus. A religious man, suffering for a long time from a painful malady, allowed himself to be overcome by discouragement, and entreated God to permit him to die, that he might be released from his pains. He did not think that the prolongation of his sickness was a mercy of God, who wished to spare him more severe suffering. In answer to his prayer, God charged his angel guardian to offer him his choice, either to die immediately and submit to the pains of Purgatory for 3 days, or to bear his sickness for another year, and then go directly to heaven. The sick man, having to choose between 3 days in Purgatory and 1 year of suffering upon earth, did not hesitate, but took the 3 days in Purgatory. After the lapse of an hour, his angel went to visit him in his sufferings. On seeing him, the poor patient complained that he had been left so long in those torments. And yet he added, "You promised that I should remain here but 3 days. How long," asked the angel, "do you think you have already suffered?" "At least for several years," he replied. "And I had to suffer but 3 days." "No," said the angel, "that you have been here only 1 hour. The intensity of the pain deceives you as to the time. It makes an instant appear a day, and an hour years." "Then," said he with a sigh, "I have been very blind and inconsiderate in the choice I have made. Pray God, my good angel, to pardon me, and permit me to return to earth. I am ready to submit to the most cruel maladies, not only for 2 years, but as long as it shall please him. Rather 6 years of horrible suffering than 1 single hour in this abyss of unutterable agonies." The following is taken from a pious author, quoted by Father Rossignoli. 2 religious of eminent virtue vied with each other in leading a holy life. One of them fell sick, and learned in a vision that he should soon die, that he should be saved, and that he should remain in Purgatory only until the first Mass for the repose of his soul. Full of joy at these tidings, he hastened to impart them to his friend, and entreated him not to delay the celebration of the Mass, which was to open heaven to him. He died the following morning, and his holy companion lost no time in celebrating the holy sacrifice. After Mass, whilst he was making his thanksgiving, and still continuing to pray for his departed friend, the latter appeared to him, radiant with glory, but in a tone sweetly plaintive, he asked why that one mass of which he stood in need had been so long delayed. "My dear brother," replied the religious, "I delayed so long, you say? I do not understand you. What? Did you not leave me to suffer more than a year before offering the repose of my soul? Indeed, my dear brother, I commenced Mass immediately after your death. Not a quarter of an hour had elapsed. Then, regarding him with emotion, the blessed soul cried out, "How terrible are those expiatory pains! They have caused me to mistake minutes for a year. Serve God, my dear brother, with an exact fidelity, in order that you may avoid those chastisements. Farewell. I fly to heaven, where you will soon join me." This severity of divine justice in regard to the most fervent souls is explained by the infinite sanctity of God, who discovers stains in that which appears to us most pure. The annals of the Order of St. Francis speak of a religious whose eminent sanctity had caused him to be surnamed Angelicus. He died in odor of sanctity at the monastery of the Friars Minors in Paris, and one of his brethren in religion, a doctor in theology, persuaded that, after a life so perfect, he had gone directly to heaven, and that he stood in no need of prayers, omitted to celebrate for him 3 Masses of obligation, which, according to the custom of the Institute, were offered for each departed member. For a few days, whilst he was walking and meditating in a retired spot, the deceased appeared before him, enveloped in flames, and said to him in a mournful voice, "Dear Master, I beg of you, have pity upon me." "What, Brother Angelicus, do you need my assistance?" "I am detained in the fires of purgatory, awaiting the fruit of the holy sacrifice, which you should have offered 3 times for me." "Beloved brother, I thought you were already in possession of eternal glory. After a life so fervent and exemplary as yours had been, I could not imagine that there remained any pain to be suffered." "Alas, alas," replied the departed, "no one can believe with what severity God judges and punishes his creatures. His infinite sanctity discovers in our best actions defective spots, imperfections which displease him. He requires us to give an account, even to the last farthing. Usque ad novissimum quadrentum. End of section 16. Recording by John Brandon.